have our microphone issues fixed from last weekend's abysmal failure. Let us know in the comments section if you can hear us loud and clear.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you. Let's flip this camera around.
Actually, it's afternoon now.
Afternoon, sorry. What are we doing today, Dan? What are we doing? Take us away with your microphone.
We are hanging out, finishing the second half of our slab that we did last Saturday.
I have an idea, Dan. Do you want to use your phone to read the comments and I'll use mine to talk, and then you relay the comments to me and I can keep filming. So the live chat, we're just waiting for that to pop up here. Just give us a moment. You can bear with us. Here we go. Here we go. I see Chris Calhoun in there. Cowboy, howdy cowboy. Dylan, what's going on?
There
hey, John.
We are.
So guys, I think we got the mics straightened out today. I'm going to step away from Dan, and Dan's going to talk.
Here,
tell me if you can hear
me?
him.
I am testing. Hello, guys.
We're both wearing wireless mics, so we should be loud and clear today. Loud and clear.
Hey, Travis.
So we are doing the second half of last weekend's big pour.
Martinez.
1,200 meters.
Yeah. It's almost must be bedtime there in the Netherlands. Oh, sound is good today.
Sound is good, okay. The only problem now is we both have mics and we're going to talk over each other. There's always a challenge, right? There's always a challenge. So 1,200 meters, what are we
1,100 meters.
How much?
1,100.
1,100, sorry. What are we getting for supply? How many meters per hour, Dan? What do we got?
Here, let me, I can't check if I'm checking this. It's, we're getting about, well, time is here, 12, so we've been pumping for 2 hours, and we have about a little over 350 meters in.
And we got the Y valve again today. The Y valve is going strong. There we go. The only crappy thing I'd say with the Y valve is on the top-up pass.
Hey, John.
You don't get a nice stream of concrete out the end of the hose, so for placement, it's not. It's a little bit more tedious, right? We thought about maybe trying 3.5-inch hose on the end just to get a little better stream, but maybe on the next pour. Right now, if it's kind of like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, Dan, how many years experience you got?
I have a little over 20 years. And Scott has about 50.
It's compressed into 26. 26 hard years.
No, so we're like, 45 between us.
Hey, Pete, what's going on, man? A few hours, it's already Sunday. Yeah, we're hoping to get this in before the sun goes down today here. So we'll try this again. We tried this last weekend. What do you guys want to see? Where do you want us to go? What do you want us to focus on? We're taking requests. It's the all request hour. Fire away. Travis has 60 years with overtime.
feels like more than that, maybe.
It's so true with pumping though. There's a lot of guys that have, in markets where they just do subdivisions Monday to Friday, and they might have 20 years, but there could be markets where a guy who's got less than 10 actually has more hours of experience, right?
Yeah.
So I don't put a lot of weight into years of experience, because I've seen 20+ year guys that suck, and I've seen 5-year guys that would run circles around those 20-year guys. So
the younger Fred is retired. He did it for almost 40 years.
Oh my, Fred, are you okay? I hope you're okay. 40 years, congratulations, man. We met a guy at the show last year, Robert Hurley, who was given an ACPA Lifetime Achievement Award. He had done 50 years, and I think he may just be retiring this year, but 50 years in pumping.
Yeah, we'll get down to that spider boom.
Dylan, what keeps us in the pumping game so long? Bills. What else? At this point, what else am I going to do?
And also, it's I like the challenge. Always something new to deal with. You can never think you know everything. There's always something to learn. So I very much like that about it.
I think if I won the lottery tomorrow, I would still pump 2.5 days a week, is what I would do. I do quite enjoy it. I enjoy the on-site aspect of it. The business aspect can be the frustrating part, honestly.
Good to see you. Hi, Poland.
Oh, you got somebody from Poland. Right on. Chris wants to see a close-up of the conform spider. I knew that was coming. I knew somebody was going to make us walk down to the hole. Before we go down there, I say we'll quickly walk around the 3 pumps up top. Is that something a good idea?
Sure.
And then we'll finish it off down in the hole. So maybe we'll start over at Mike's pump.
Soon to not be Mike's pump.
Here's James. James forgot his lunch bag today. James is hungry, right? Let's tell the live viewers you forgot your lunch bag.
That's good.
It's okay. His coworkers are great guys. They're gonna get him pizza.
Yes, it's the same site as last week in Burnaby here.
The 47 is a 2005 year. So that is the next one to be replaced probably in the next year or two. It's got close to 6,000 pump hours on it.
What year was the 47, did you say?
2005. That was our first ever big boom. Before that, our biggest pump was a 36 meter. And we didn't really do any commercial work. And then we got that thing, and kind of that was our getting our feet wet in the commercial game.
It was your first big boom, and you're selling your other big boom first.
That's right. Yeah, we're selling our 58 instead of this one. The reason why is the big trucks are so dang heavy. They tend to just eat up the chassis with age. That thing, even though it's an 05, is, knock on wood, possibly the most reliable pump in our fleet. And it's pre-emissions too, so it still is a great machine. We would only replace it because I'd like to have one with the full flex outrigger system that Mike's new pump is going to have.
Going down on Monday as well?
Yeah. Hey! Help! Help! Hey, thank you!
Thank you.
It's a good thing I was here. Yeah, the ILS 17. Should be a serious pump kit. It's a fellow I know who ran one with Brundage Bone. His previous pump was an 18 HLS, which is the same that this pump is. Even though the theoretical rating on the 17 ILS is less, he was saying that in practical application, it was good for an extra 20 to 30 yards per hour over this pump kit. And that's why we didn't go for a 19 ILS. Everybody I talked to had said it was just complete overkill. There was no point, so.
That's some high vis reflection right there. That's showing up on the camera? Oh yeah.
Anybody ever asks if I like large pours or not?
The answer is yes.
See Mike right there, bored out of his mind? They're fun for about the first hour, and then you do that for another 10 hours. So, yeah, I like being around them. I can't say that I care much for pumping them.
After you've done a lot of little jobs, sometimes it's nice to have a job like this, though.
It is, but I would not want to do it every day of the week.
No,
I wouldn't want to
agree.
do it 3 days a week.
I could do half and half.
Could you half and half? Yeah, no, I like my line pump, man. Line pump, small boom. Give me 300 feet of hose and I'm in my element. As long as it's no bigger than 2.5
I should
inch
change
hose.
that. I wouldn't mind half and half with a small pump. I wouldn't want to run a big pump like this every day.
No,
or
the hours
even
are,
half time.
the hours are not conducive to a healthy home life. So we'll go around, maybe we'll check out Dan's pump, and then we'll go down in the hole. I think that's a pretty good plan. And if there's anything you want to see while we're up here, a whole bunch of dunnage, there you go.
I can't imagine the Brundage bone cell sold out, but you never know.
I think years ago, there's a company called like Investors Corp or something, I don't know.
And they bought Brundage bone?
I think this is like 10 years ago. Don't quote me on any of that though. I do not know for certain. I don't want to spew misinformation.
Can't tell how busy. BC, seems like some areas are quite busy. Some parts of the industry, but I would say it has slowed down from what it was.
Yeah, residential work right now is dead. I mean, a lot of that is time of year. But even considering time of year right now, residential has slowed way down. Not a ton of new detached housing starts, that's for sure. Especially in the spec home market. The custom homes, they're a little bit more steady. Those people tend to kind of always be financially able to build. But
I was gonna say, that last comment there by Dylan about the 3 to 4 jobs per day, that's the reason I got into this type of work, is because I was doing a lot of residential and we weren't getting 3 jobs a day. We're getting lots of days 1, so I needed the money, so that's why I moved into this, because it's a lot more steady.
it's the thing, right? With commercial, your shortest day is still going to be 9 hours, typically speaking. Especially in our city with the traffic is by the time you mobilize to and from the yard.
There we are, looking over the edge again.
Hey, we're live. You want to say something?
Not really.
Make sure it's smart. Don't say something stupid. That's my job. It's the same as last time. Dan's got the 39 plugged into the pipe. The pipe runs under that roadway there, so they can still have access past it, beyond it, into the spider boom. What do you think you're getting out of this thing? About 80 meters an hour right now?
Yeah, probably pretty close. Now,
Nice.
the gauge was saying a little over 100 a while ago.
Was it?
So it's
So
probably
80,
around
85?
75, 80.
Dyka pads, best in the biz right there. I
But
love
we're
those
also
pads.
not cranked up all the way either, because then we start to get too much boom bounce, and this hose connected up to the line.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, for a pump this size, these 18 by 48 inch Dyka pads, 1 inch thick, are beautiful. They're way more rigid than the plastic ones.
If you look at this, with these pads, we are in this category here, so we can set up on almost everything. The only thing we can't set up is the undisturbed soil.
Right.
Those pads were good for absolutely
You know
any
what's
conditions.
funny though is that undisturbed soil in the ACPA manual is at 22 psi, and on the Putzmeister leg they rated at 14. So it's, I mean, when in doubt, go with what the manufacturer says. And I hope I'm not wrong. Maybe the ACPA has revised that, but at one point it was 22 psi for virgin ground, undisturbed soil. Okay, we're gonna cut down through the stairwell now. I hope we do not cut out. Last time we didn't cut out. Our audio just sucked, but that was a consistent throughout the whole pour. So,
Hey Dylan, since you're out that way, are you going to, by any chance, be at the Canadian Concrete Expo? Or is that too far away for you?
as a contractor, do we see a crash happening soon? I wish I had my crystal ball. I feel like even if there was a significant slowdown, there's such a shortage of tradespeople and people that want to do this kind of work. I feel like we would all still be employed. I feel like during COVID, it was unsustainably busy. I don't think that was realistic to sustain that. So a major crash, no. Slowdown, yes, we're already seeing it. If this whole, the tariffs go through, that they're talking about imposing 25% tariffs in Canada, yeah, that could be crippling. So, but yeah, just wait and see. 26 years and I haven't been able to figure it out, so I kind of just stopped thinking about it and just go with the flow. Go with the flow. When times are good, try and save a few bucks and pay off as much of the equipment as you can so you're not stuck with payments when things do slow down. Because it will slow down at some point. It's inevitable. So. Okay, here we go. I'll follow you, Dan. You know where to go. I don't want to get lost.
Let's go all the way down. Oh, no, already the wrong way. That one goes up.
How's everybody else doing out there, especially the guys in the U.S. since the election there last November? Did you notice things pick up considerably? Does it look like they're going to pick up? I'd imagine consumer confidence.
Oh, losing signal here in the...
Yeah, we'll just try and get through quick then. Almost there, guys.
Go ahead of me.
One more to go. There we are, ground zero.
Hey there, Peppy.
And it would appear as though we have a break in service. Oh, there we go.
Back up and running?
Yeah, we're good. Repair Co. says it's been slow. Old North Carolina, but work is here. Yeah, it's kind of the same up here. I mean, it's January. It gets slow in January, especially on the residential sector. So it's easy. I swear this time of year, every year, I start to get a little bit worried. Yeah, I would agree. It's the same here. I mean, there's work. It's not smoking busy. There's enough work. We're getting by. Whoa, we got a guy from Australia. Awesome. Must be the middle of the night out there. Or close to it. Okay, Chris, here's your spider boom. And you'll see, Dan, that's normal for this thing. When you stretch it out, it always picks the legs up, right?
Yeah.
There's no way to mitigate that completely, right?
Well, the lower you have it, the less that'll happen. Like we lowered all the legs a little bit, they would spread the.
Oh, you get a bigger spread.
Get a bigger spread, so it helps a bit. Like even right now, they're not down all the way. You look here. We could come down more, but then it would be a little bit bouncier.
Oh, so the more you have them horizontal,
the more bigger our footprint is, so the more steady it is. And it's just little Honda engine in here. Pretty simple. Hydraulic pump on the back end.
somebody asked last time, why gas and not diesel? Diesel is more expensive to purchase.
No, the reason that I did gas is because, especially when I'm not around, if somebody isn't paying attention to the fuel, if they run out of gas, all you got to do is throw in some more, right, fire it up right away and it's going. If you have diesel, there could be a little bit more trickery involved, and somebody who's not competent might have a harder time.
I think the diesel powered unit is like 10 grand more too. Diesel's so expensive these days.
This normally would have come with diesel, but we asked for gas.
Oh, okay. So you requested it. No, not a 67 meter, that's a 56 meter. The biggest boom we have on our roads here is a 62 meter Concord. That's the biggest one. We can't get a 63 meter Putz on the road. It's about 3,000 pounds too heavy still. So, and guys have been trying out here for years, but our local regulatory body is very, very strict. So.
I'm getting baked.
How about now, guys? You know what happened is some dummy hit a button on the screen.
A mute button?
Yeah, I hit a mute button. Okay, we're good now.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't the mics all along. There's this little icon on the screen. Okay.
No, I
okay,
don't
we're
know
back.
Where we were when we were talking about the spider boom, when you guys were saying that we cut out. But the levers on there are nice because you can stand and you can just manually control it if for some reason a remote goes down, and you can see really well from where the levers are positioned.
Well, we'll take a run back past the spider on the way out just to cover anything we might have missed. But here we are with our Y valve again, our wonderful Y valve. And we've talked about when we're done with this thing on the pour here today, when we get back in the yard, doing some hard facing on the inside. My only concern with the hard facing would be potential for making the metal brittle and compromising the burst rating, if you want to call it that, of the piece itself. I bet Matt would have some good input on that. Matt Mojo of Mud Demon. He's a fabricator guy. He would know pretty well. But it's working great. You don't hear any kind of binding up in here, nothing. We'll go check the flow. See how the other side looks.
It's going good. Yeah, we're doing a live video.
But look how tight this bar is.
Some nice rebar picks.
Yeah, you guys want a rebar video? You got it. What else do you want? What else? So anyway, it doesn't get any better than that, right? So Dan, what is the height on the building on this core footing?
This one's around 45.
45, okay.
That's where our placing boom's gonna go, our placing boom base.
So you're gonna have a boom on here, and is there another boom going in over there or no?
Oh yeah. That store one's 55 to 60. So yeah, we'll have another placing.
And generally, the taller the building, the bigger the core footing. Generally,
but the reason this one's bigger than that one's about half the size of this one. Because that one, they've got the columns, the outside footprint has its own what do you call it, footings. Whereas this one, a lot of it's incorporated.
It's all dependent on this piece in the center.
One.
Okay.
Because even though that one's taller, the actual footprint of the of the core is about half the size of this.
Blackmore's asking how many cubic meters total. 1,100 today, and we put
1,100 last week.
was it so 2,200 total in the whole thing. So we got the 4.5-inch whip hose on. Dan and I were talking about this earlier. We don't really get into 5-inch whip hose out here. We don't really get the supply. Our mix is pretty gentle, so we don't notice much gain by going to the bigger hose. It just makes it a less pleasant day for the hose guys. So 1,500 is the record for Andres. What's the record, Dan?
My record, one pour,
Yeah,
it was I think a little over 6,000.
6,000. Trump Tower.
That was no Richmond.
Oh, right. Yeah, you got me beat. I think my record is shoot 2,800.
But that 6,000 was part of. That was only a portion of the slab. We were doing big raft slabs, so we split it up into like 10 pours, ranging from 3,000 to 6,000.
Okay, but 6,000 was how many pumps on that?
I think there was 5 or 6 pumps maybe.
Let's see your spider boom remote.
Oh, it's pretty simple. Got your main, and number 2 is the twist. 3 and 4 are here, and on the bottom, basically all we use is the boom to boom, neutral, and outrigger, and then your rabbit.
And if you had the tracks, you would engage that switch and use the joysticks to move it?
No, when you have that crawler move, the remote won't work. You put it in there, it cuts the remote off. So while you're driving it around, nobody can come along, pick up the remote, start unfolding the boom.
Roberto says, is that a concrete block with a joystick?
Yeah.
I think he's trying to say
I got a toothbrush here. I gotta clean it.
he's trying to say your remote's dirty.
Oh, yeah, I gotta clean it. My boss gonna kill me.
You know what's funny? I think my pump is pretty clean. My remote's always filthy.
Yeah,
And
our pumps are spotless.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't really care. I'm a clean hopper guy, clean pump guy, but the remote, I mean, that's a little dirtier than I would like, you know? But I'm not a toothbrush and armor all guy on the remote.
We're trying to pump 16 meters here, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys, come on, give him a break.
16 meters.
1,600 meters.
Yeah.
Not that much. 1,100.
Hey, we'll cut you some slack because you helped me out with Elf on the Shelf video. It's Anthony. He's the commentator when I suck the Elf on the Shelf back. Oh, there we go. This kid's gonna earn himself a green checkmark Hoseman sticker. Look at that. Beautiful. Get my new phone dirty. Bear with me. Okay, we're good. Scott never uses his aircom pouch. It kills me. You know why I stopped using that, Chris? They get cloudy. They get all cloudy and I can't see the buttons. And the aircom guys have adamantly told me many times about how waterproof it is. That the actual remote itself is waterproof. So I just kind of stopped. You're right though. I honestly don't think I'll go back to using it either. So take that. But yeah, I'm not easy on remote control products. I will fully admit that. What's going on, Eric? Loved the video this morning. Are you still on shift or are you done for the day? I'll tell you what, Chris, for my next line pump video, I might, you know, I won't dig up the aircom pouch, but I'm gonna go Italian style and I'll wrap the remote in saran wrap like I would with furniture. How about that? We'll do that. Just for you, buddy. Even though I'm not actually Italian. Am I allowed to do that? I don't know. Maybe I'm not. I'm an imposter. Matt, you're right. When you use the best remote, there is no
The
worries.
Z-boom. You're not running
No
into a
worries.
Z.
Before we check out here,
Where are you
how many of
going?
you guys are going to be at the World of Concrete next week?
Oh, go up with one.
One's not going. One's not going.
Dan's just giving the kids the play-by-play here. It's training day. Yeah, no, honestly,
Gotta
Chris,
get
I'm
one
telling you,
We're going in.
I like using it a lot more without the pouch. Like I said, the pouch would just get
gotta
all
get
clouded
one
over, and I couldn't see
Two
the
down.
buttons. And my issue is our aircom remotes. We have like
One up
four
and two
of them,
down.
and
Leave
every
3 and 4
single one,
long.
the
One
button
up and two
layout is
down.
different. So I'm constantly hunting and having to look at the screen. I've talked to them about, in my opinion, standardizing the button layout. It gets to a point where I think it's almost a safety concern. One of our pumps, where it's either pump off or reverse pump on every other remote, it's pump on this one remote. So instinctively when you plug, there's been times where the guys, including myself, hit the wrong button. So I think it's something that needs to be addressed. Okay, Dan, I think it's lunchtime. What do you think? Lunchtime. Okay, so we're gonna check out. Apologies with the sound. It wasn't the microphones this time. It wasn't the microphones. It was because stupid me, I accidentally touched a button on the screen. There's a mute button on the screen that I hit. So, but appreciate everybody checking this out again on this fine Saturday. And we'll see you guys. Anybody who's at the World of Concrete next week, I'll be at the Putzmeister booth all 3 days. And I'm gonna do my best to post videos from World of Concrete every single day. And we might even do a live from the World of Concrete too. So if there's anything that you want to see when we go live, have that queued up and we'll try and show it to you. So till next time, keep on pumping.
Over and out.
Over and out. Like Dan said, over and out. Catch you on the next one.